I'm saying hello to each and everyone who is listening to this audio. Man la sen boy bi Mickey. Tay dama ñew pour wax ak some Gambians ñoo xamné dañ fogg na ñom they are above the law or they are more Gambian than other Gambians. They act as ñom they are even senior to the current president or anybody close to the president or ministers and so on. For that being the case, those individuals were given strength, power, motivations. Some criminality was endorsed by these administrations, and today it backfires on them again. Man, everything that I'm saying it suma akulai tala. I am not fearing anybody. I am not looking into the eyes of anybody, because I don't fear nobody. I fear only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One like Alagie Barrow. Alagie Barrow, who is a criminal, convicted in the United States, sentenced, a runaway for that matter. He only make himself available in this country after the departure of former President Jammeh. But upon his arrival back to this country, he was welcomed with a red carpet. Why? There is no moral justification that could have justified why even senior government officials should have present at the airport to receive this notorious criminal, Alagie Barrow. And the likes of Alagie Barrow too. This audio is for them. Today they have the relevance, so-called relevance. The one they are addressing certain issues. But if you keep calling your son a king, so always don't be boo. See them by fair could taxi you, Miko or a boo, so by yourself. This is what happened in Coalition 2016. What is wrong is wrong. If you justify something wrong today, tomorrow it will be very difficult for you to correct. Who is Alagie Barrow after all? Because they encourage this atmosphere. At the first place, he should not have been at the TRC. That's why, man, one of the many reasons I always advise President Adama Barrow not to take this TRC serious. I'm not saying that there were no victims. And let him not use these people evil intentions, evil recommendations. The very people that were occupying that seats as councils, as investigators, as commissioners, are the very people castigating his government today. And without a doubt, that commission is one of his legacies. If those people were genuine, President Barrow, if those people were honest to their cause, they would not have stand against you prior before the submission of a TRC recommendation. But those very people knew your town, the Jonkwante, pour gagner la fofu, which means, which bring an alarm. But definitely these people were at the TRC for some reason. Now, coming to this notorious criminal, hiding behind some sort of civil society organizations or at his corner, bragging name Muna Dagu Gambia, the Dugan Head, definitely, and he's a criminal. If you look at Yaya Jammeh as an individual person, any action taken against President Jammeh was legal, even whereas it is unlawful. Not justified, morally it is correct. Wallah, it will end up hurting you. The laws of this country are the supreme law. The constitution of the Gambia is the supreme law of this country. And whoever goes against it, violates it, commits a crime. So I don't know what reasons Luta Alagie Barrow mu wara ñew Gambia. And the saddest thing is Kër Fatou. Thank God we ko Kër Fatou nekut Kër Gambia. These people say that in an interview with Prof. Baji and one, I don't know, Ibrahim also, I don't know, I forgot the person's name again, including MC Cham and Nene Freda Gomez. Prof. Baji was trying to tell these people, Alagie Barrow is a criminal, and they, as journalists, were completely denying that. Alagie Barrow is not a criminal. A journalist, somebody who took up arms. In fact, not small group of Munyosi Gambia, that one is a criminal offense. Whoever does that, you are a criminal. 1 point to justify the Prof. Baji's claim against Alagie Barrow is a criminal is true. 2, you have the intention to conspire to remove a democratically elected president. No matter how he behaves in office, it is the Gambians that put him in that position. So that conspiration is another criminal activity. He is a criminal on that part too. 3, took up arm to attack with the sole intention of killing innocent people to get rid of one person. So killing an individual person, having the intention to kill somebody. Because we know that coups comes with consequences. You either kill or be killed. That's why most of his colleagues lose their life during the operation. So how can one justify and say that Alagie Barrow is not a criminal? Kerfatu justifying that. Journalists of Kerfatu justified that Alagie Barrow is not a criminal after committing all these actions. Yet Alagie Barrow is not a criminal, and yet we give him the open space at coffee time show, sometimes on online newspapers, print medias, publishing his nonsense articles. One thing for sure is Gambia's problem. If we devour with somebody, a political somebody, either the presidency or so on, that particular person's character does not matter anymore. His opinion matters, which is very wrong. Very, very wrong. Which also shows me that how politically bankrupt or how journalistic, ethical journalism lacks in our journalist field. And some of these corrupt individuals, how they have been manipulated by certain individuals. Tay Alagie Barrow waroon na am baat Gambia fii soo taxawee fële nga ne yaa jëme waruñu te def postam si billboard si yow ngay taxaw fële di print koo xam ne criminal la. His sole intention nekkutoon sax those people could have been worse than President Jammeh. And they are the very people who are saying that we don't need a military government again. All what they are saying is a bloody lie. So you knew, the last time I saw was Alagie Barrow insulting this Dr. Cisse, Dr. Ismaila Cisse, calling him a shameless liar. A sitting minister. A minister for that matter. As a responsible somebody. But the fact of the matter is, Alagie Barrow is not responsible. But one thing for sure, there are this nonsense. It has to end. And definitely, if you want to govern a country, sometimes you have to take the bull by the horn. But if you want to say that everything is about democracy, sometimes it will push you to a corner. That's painful. You end up speaking and then punch yourself again, and that's what exactly happens to President Barrow. Certain actions you want to jail, do ko dey jail, but after dem affaire bu overcome ko, mu dem taxaw ci platform mu wax mu mujjé dur bopam kur feñ. Those places, platforms, speaking at gatherings is not the right place to solve your problems, certain problems. You have all the tools available before your doorsteps. Certain individuals, they cannot be above the law. Even you, Mr. President, you are not above the law. The time you will know that these very people castigating you, insulting you, pinning you, are the very people who will stand and go against you or be calling you for questioning. Be careful. Show them their rightful place. Who are they? What did they represent in this country? What did they stand for? What benefits have they brought to this country? If not for the divisions, using the TRC as a tool. Even most of these media platforms, instead of calling him a former coupist, they will not call him a former coupist. A former criminal, they will not call him a former criminal. They are using the very title that you give him, the responsibility that you give him, former TRRC investigator. Somebody who was using the TRRC to score his political points. Boom demee ba achieve ba am la def resign fofu bay ko fofu aw yoonam dem. Takut fa jabar aw yoonam dem. Who lost? And the same people you draft a recommendation for you to act upon. Let me tell you one thing, this country can only move in the spirit of reconciliation. I told you, wallahi, the very people you learn, those are the enemies of this country. Those are the people that love this country more than these idiots. The very people you negative point fingers, they know why are they pointing fingers to those people. Because those people love this country. The very people shouting, howling, bowling are the very antagonists of this nation since inception. The very people that were an obstacle to President Jawara's regime are the same one they were the same people that were obstructing Jammeh's administration for 22 years. The very people currently obstructing your administration from progressing. In the name of what? In the name of human rights activists, democracy, rule of law, transparency, accountability. Accountability covers somebody taking arms to come and democratically remove an elected president, having intention to kill innocent soldiers. Now somebody talking about that billboard about President Jammeh, and now the victims, they deserve something. It is a big disrespect. It's a slap. At least for you, you got the opportunity to narrate your story, to narrate your ordeal. How about the very people that attacked Farafenye? Carton attack. Those people are living in miserable life. They don't got the opportunity to speak out. How they are surviving after their family members, loved ones got killed, their breadwinners got killed. They will not be remembered for anything. The only thing that left with them is the print medias. And history has it that the Carton attack was attacked. There was an attack on Carton. Some people were killed. Even the names of those very people that were killed cannot be remembered. History has already started wiping out their. This country is owned by everyone. And one thing for sure that I'm advising President Barrow. You see about the implementation of this TRRC. Let people advise you holistically. If you push for this agenda to prosecute anybody, you don't only prosecute that particular person. We all know that there are certain things that happen in this country that could have been avoided. But I'm 100% sure such will never occur in this country again. You sit on that seat, or you sat on that seat as president, knew exactly what I'm saying. Now, if you intend to prosecute Samba is the breadwinner of his family. What has he committed? He has already committed that. Why don't you choose the path of reconciliation? Invite Samba, invite Kuba, let them set the path of reconciliation. Seek for forgiveness, repent. If it's necessary to take any recommendation that will deprive him from occupying any public office again, do that rather than pinning him one down or sentencing him or caging him for life. The 9 NIA case, how many millions were spent and yet they were sentenced to death? All those people sentenced to death, they are not only the very individual sentenced, but anybody connected to that person is sentenced to. The stigma, the traumatization to his family, how the family continue to survive, whether the children will be dropped out, and how they will survive in life. Those are some of the things that we need to look at. At least for these people, they have the opportunity to narrate their ordeal. And there is already a committee being set up pour repatriate them, jox leen xaalis, jox leen ndàmpaay. At the same time, you want to prosecute these people also. Let's look at this from a wider perspective. Man, this Alagie nonsense Barrow, wallahi, this ma gisee article or my day dégg nga ñu ko jox platform mu ngay wax it hurts me a lot because he is a criminal is a criminal and since onset lii lañ doon nekk di wax avoid giving relevant to these people if you don't mind seen kaw la ñu ñëw mujjee poop te that's exactly what they happen some of even them openly said it at the TRC know what they did over the past if that thing is to occur again they will do it. That was a direct sponge to Barrow's administration and the TRC knows very well that such action is illegal. They cannot against the action of President Jammeh, the 1994 coup, and justify these actions. It's the same actions. Jammeh sought a reason why he should stage a coup. These people claim the same thing, so it's the same act. And coup d'etat comes with consequences. You fail, you are in hell, my friend. You succeed, bravo to you. We all know that Doumbouya, Assimi Goïta, Ibrahim Traoré, if they fail, by this time they are history. The consequences of a coup d'etat. But these idiots, they smuggle a weapon in our country. Be ready to kill innocent soldiers of this country, and yet we give them this opportunity to sit in institutions that should be neutral, that should be transparent, that should be sincere, be honest. At the same place, Alagie Barrow is not conflicted. Fofrek dafa squam the TRC and all activities involved in. We have seen the Osa Birek is a product of a political party. Some commissioners even the chairman is not qualified to be there. Because of what? Personal vendetta and vengeance against innocent, against certain individuals. Warranting the legal requirement to set up Tahawal TRC definitely. We are not seeing anybody. We are not even seeing President Barrow or President Jammeh. What we want is a secure country where individuals occupying certain positions are respected, decent background. But you see these nonsense idiots. They give because of what? They learn to the relevance. Today, if Sidinjai speaks, you come and say, how Sidinjai, Warotawa, Sidinjai Mofi Wahonli, somebody who fucking take arms, excuse my language, because it hurts. So, hey, la Fabakari Warotona. Speaker of the National Assembly nga dem chota isiku eketi fetal pour ñeu gëné a democratic elected president pour rey ay innocent soldiers ko nga tek ko ci TRC bi nga ko investigatal ñi ak ñi but ki mom deful dara dafa wax waxam using his political power pour am political score yo nga ne ko warta occupy position bi warta téli yo who the hell are you more Gambian than him of recent sama gis this Kerfatu media houses, you get publish a media an article. And those medias, ñoo gëna nekk hypocrite. They are not on course. They are not neutral. Very biased. Full of double standards. Gambia, il faut ñu xolaat ko de. Foog ñu xolaat ko. Loolu motax man, if I was President Barrow, if I was him, suma digante ak yalla because ñi ku nekk di wax they are all looking for their interest. One, how to damage you. Two, how to destroy you. Even three, how to prosecute you and send you to jail. Yo xamulo de wallahi billahi tala, if these people got the opportunity to send you to mile 2, their first attempt, if they remove you from power, is to send you to mile 2. Because there's no space for you in Senegal. Anywhere you go in this world, they will go after you. So put up the modalities, the safety measures, and caution yourself very well. If it requires me to engage President Jammeh, I will solely do it. Because you two, you have a common enemy in am. Yo, President Jammeh, ben a common enemy in am. So you will not sway, dissatisfy any because even not satisfied. Look, it happened. Nyata yon. Sometimes you're getting a halis fee pour them pour jale ayena nit ñu jël halis bobu ñu delo lako. What is more disrespectful than that? lu tax ñu delloo la xaalis boobu noonu because yow ñoom seen political godfather da nga ko daax sa government some 4 years ago 3 consecutive times yaa ngi dem di jaale some of these victims ak génnee sa xaalis di leen ko jaale before this alliance come about laa la nekk di wax before this alliance come about and before even you visit Kanilai dangaa dem jaale some of these victims ñu jël xaalis boobu ñu delloo la ko ñu ne ñoom bëgguñ sa xaalis so you are a human being. God give you the opportunity to lead this country. Be inclusive. Boole ñëpp nga boole leen nekk ab benn te gis nga yàlla si boppam daf ñu yàlla moo ñu ëpp doole. Everything happens before his very eye. te mun naa intervene anyhow nu ko neexee but all the time war rahmaanu war rahimu wal maliku wal mulku wal qudusu wal salaamu wal muminu muhaymin azizu al jabbar al mutakabbir lépp la yàlla umba bon moo gën a ëpp yërmande koo gis. This issue of prosecution drop ko Mr. President drop it seetal naka ngay defee ndambaay engage these individuals these victims. I know that there are victims. For me, I will never deny that there were no victims. That is practically impossible. Even in your administration, there are victims. yaa ngi romb ak sa convoy bi am na ku toog si moto bi dafa feebar de te xaj na su àggoon on time dina ko mën a make but one reason or the other sa convoy bi delay na lifinam bi kooku is a victim of your administration whether you know it or not. loo moo tax yàlla mu ne yaa llaziina aamanu tuubu ilallaahi tawbatan nasuuha asaa rabbukum an yukaffirukum shay'an xaj na foofu la président Jammeh bañ a admit te he is not perfect. He can never be perfect. He's just a human being. yàlla bu mu ko bindee wàcce ko si ko suuf si la ko ñàkka madateem. So for us APRC, especially in the years to alliance, we know that we make mistakes in our administration during our regime. We made errors. And the only way we can justify that error is when the very people claiming to be victims are sincere to their victimizations. It becomes easy for us to admit. But you cannot be victimized at the same time you use vulgar provocations or the isi certain individuals you have ñoo gën a dëkki former President Jammeh nga ne leen ne teg leen fii nii that cannot work. For that being the case, I'm saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. But Mr. President, consider this advice. Work with the victims, compensate them. For the perpetrators, those who are willing to reconcile, bring them on board, let them face these people, apologize to them. We move this country and forget about this. Do work. Gambia is too small. We are all related. We are all related. What had happened has already happened, and it will never happen in this country again. So for that be the case, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.